This is a pretty big week for this class. We will review section views, auxiliary views, and good dimensioning practices, as well as introduce surface textures and geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, also called GDT. I strongly recommend you spend a few minutes looking through Chapter 5 of your textbook and PowerPoint slides linked below before you get started with these section view projects. Pay particular attention to the terminology such as full section, half section, and cross section and cross hatch. Also, spend some time looking carefully at the section view drawing conventions for ribs, spokes, and lugs. I also have some videos that are specific to section views that you might want to review. You should recall auxiliary views are required to show the true shape and size of features of an inclined surface. This special view is precisely aligned with the inclined surface and features are projected, keeping the edges parallel and perpendicular to the surface. Like section views, auxiliary views do not include hidden lines, and they should only include the inclined surface. Good dimensioning practice is an absolute must to be successful in this field. Section 6.13 of Chapter 6 clearly identifies principles of good dimensioning. I want you to type these 20 statements to help imprint these concepts in your mind. Just type the 20 bold sentences and submit them. One of the new items this week is surface texture symbols. These symbols are used to control how smooth a particular surface should be. In most cases, designers control surface texture to reduce friction and wear between mating parts. Other cases require surface texture control for cosmetic purposes, improving the feel or appearance of a part. It is very likely that you have seen these symbols on some of your past projects, but up until now you could just ignore them. From this point forward, you'll need to include them in your drawing projects. You really want to look through sections 7.4 surface control in your textbook. I think it's important that you understand that particular production methods are required to achieve smoother surfaces, and those are usually more expensive. There's a fantastic table in Chapter 7 showing the common roughness values for some production processes. You need to understand the symbol and values and location of the values along with their meanings. Your surface texture symbols should be placed on the dimension extension lines when possible. The next best method is to place them directly on the surface. In some cases, you might have to use a leader to point to the surface. Sometimes you'll see a general note indicating that marked surfaces will have a specified roughness value. Geometric dimensioning and tolerancing are one of the most complicated topics in this field. This subject truly warrants its own 3-hour class to fully comprehend and apply the concepts of geometric dimensioning and tolerancing. We will hit the high spots in this class. Before you start, review the sections beyond 7.5 in Chapter 7 and take a look at the additional videos on the topic. Your first problem is 7-11, and you should create your drawing views in basic dimensions just as you always have. In this problem, you will add some surface textures and apply some geometric dimensioning and tolerancing. Reading the instructions given on the problem, you should know to make the back of the part datum A. Notice how I have marked the datum A using the datum identifier. The next sentence states that surface C should be parallel to datum A. Therefore, you should add the feature control frame indicating that. Surface B should be perpendicular to datum A. Notice the feature control frame for that statement. Datum A surface should also be flat. That requires another feature control frame. Finally, include the surface texture symbols. Double check your work looking for obvious mistakes before you submit them online. Apply these same concepts and principles to the other GDT problems and you'll be just fine. If you have any questions or comments, give me a call or send me an email. Thanks.